This is day 10 through 20 of the 100-day Minecraft Hardcore Challenge. I start off by looking up at the pickaxe that I left on 1 durability. That was my first ever pickaxe. And then I jumped into planning what to do. My goal for the next 10 days was actually pretty easy. It was pretty much just finish the floor, finish the walls, like put dark oak planks all over the walls. And then I also later on make an auto smelter, which was actually pretty cool and it was very efficient. I actually also decided to get rid of this door, because there's really no reason for me to have 2 doors since, you know, it was supposed to be a mob farm, but no mobs are spawning. And then after that, I struggled to put some trapdoors up and put some ladders on the back of those trapdoors to kind of just add some detail rather than just having stairs there. 'Cause stairs are kind of they're big, and the actual house is pretty small. And then I did some small little renovations, like putting the walls on the inside of the house as dark oak, and just making the inside of the house look better for most of the day. And then after that, I decided that just completely dark oak on that one side looked too bland, so I added a little viewing station for the cave that's under my house. So now you can see outside of that cave, or outside of the house into that cave. And it actually turned out looking pretty good. And then I kind of contemplated like how to put the water elevator to get down, and then accidentally got rid of my water, but it was fine because, you know, I got a bunch outside. And I actually destroyed this little idea of putting it right there, and instead I put it right here. And then after sorting my inventory a little bit, I actually took a lantern and I put it at the very top of this tunnel. My plan was to put it, I think, every 5 blocks down, just to keep the water elevator light enough to where, you know, you can see what's outside of the water elevator, so that, you know, it doesn't get too dark. I actually do plan to do something with this with this cave that's under the house. But if you've watched this far in, comment down below what you think would be cool to see me put in this part of the base. I'd love some ideas. I'm always open to ideas, so feel free to comment that. this was the finished product of how that water elevator looked. I moved the furnaces and the chests and stuff around just to kind of try and figure out how to make this look good. And that little tunnel ended up looking great. I actually decided to change the floor, but I don't do it yet. And I'm very thankful that I did change that floor because those jungle planks looked terrible. But after that, I got some spruce fences and started to hang put them up to where I can hang some lanterns. Using lanterns for this was actually probably one of the costiest things that I did in these in these 10 days, because it takes a minimum of one piece of iron to make one lantern. And once you start to use that, paired with, the rest of the stuff that you're doing, like, making iron pickaxes and axes and stuff like that, it really gets costly. But it was so worth it. It's like so hard to narrate this because I don't know when the days are, like when the days change and stuff, because I hadn't at this point installed a day counter where it'll show up above your hotbar. So I'm trying not to skim through this. And I'm trying to add commentary, but there are a lot of little spots where it's like, there's not a whole lot of commentary because I don't really know how, like, what happened that day specifically, so I'm kind of skimming past it because I'm going through, 3 hours and 54 minutes of just me playing Minecraft. But basically, for the next couple minutes, I put up some deep slate walls and some diorite slabs for those deep slate walls to sit on, basically. At this point, I'm pretty much just happy that deep slate and diorite is relatively easy to get, and I don't have to go, exploring for it. Because I actually had to, in a couple times this video, go and get more iron just because I didn't have enough iron to do what I wanted to do. After that, I started to tear out the old stone walls in the actual house and started to replace them with dark oak slabs. And it actually turned out looking pretty decent, but the floor was very ugly next to it. And then this happened. I picked up the iron pickaxe and put it down, and went to put it down and accidentally put some andesite down, and then accidentally mined it with that diamond pickaxe. So I invested 3 more diamonds into making another diamond pickaxe that would take the place of that one. This was actually, still a pretty good investment, but really wish I hadn't have, wasted that one. Because that was like a pretty sacred piece in, like getting the base up and running and stuff. Like, it really helped me in the first 10 days, getting the wall mined out and stuff. And then I finally decided that the floor was too ugly, and I decided to use polished and regular granite to make this kind of like checkered, well, not checkered, just kind of sporadic pattern where it's just a mix between granite and polished granite. This floor actually ended up looking pretty dang good. And then I realized that the chest blended in with the floor, so I decided to break these chests and upgrade them to iron chests, which was both very good looking, but it was also a good investment because it had a lot of inventory slots, and I just had more places to store all this cobblestone that I've been storing up over the past probably 12 days now. And then I decided to do the roof as well, and I did this this checker between stripped dark oak planks and regular dark oak planks. It was very costly. It was very expensive, I will say that, but I'd say it was worth it. After that, I just did like some minor renovations, like this corner piece right here where you could see it. I turned it to stripped dark oak logs instead of leaving it stone, just because it looked bland. I wanted to keep it looking kind of the same way as everything else. And then after that, I also decided to put a piece of granite down beneath the, or polished granite down beneath the item frame, just to make it kind of look like it was glowing more, because it was just, a little bit bland. Everything's dark oak wood, so I thought I'd add just a little difference there. And then I finally made the bamboo farm, which was just 8 little pieces of dirt surrounding the lava. I thought that was pretty cool as well. Just adds a little bit of ecosystem to this bland underground. And then I finally decided to extend the roof or the ceiling by 1, just to make it seem like the fences were hanging from the wall and not the ceiling, because that's what it kind of looked like, was that it kind of looked like it was hanging from the ceiling and not the wall, and I kind of just wanted it to look like it was hanging from the wall instead. I'm watching this on 2x speed, and I'm just so happy that I actually ended up making an auto smelter later on, because watching me repetitively take out and put in stone into those furnaces is so boring. Like, the editing that I'm having to do is insane. And then right above that andesite lining that the fences hang off of, I decided to put up some stone bricks because it was just kind of looking bland, so I decided to add like a little bit of texture to it rather than just leaving it like that. And so after going AFK for a solid 2 minutes and then trying to figure out how to take a screenshot for the thumbnail of the next video, or the first video, I started to dig out the wall to lead to another lake, or whatever you'd call it, a couple blocks away. Watching Minecraft like this, like real sped up like this, really reminds me of those like knockoff Minecraft games that you'd go and find like on the App Store when you were a kid, to like, because the actual Minecraft game costs too much. And I remember when mobile Minecraft cost like $2.99. I don't know if it does anymore, but Java and Bedrock on your computer costs like $30 now, which is pretty crazy to me, but I'd say it's pretty worth it, especially if you're getting your monies out of it by monetizing your videos and stuff. But I just thought that watching this sped up actually kind of reminds me of those old mobile games that were like knockoff of Minecraft. I don't know if anybody else remembers that, but and the music reminds me of those little mobile games where like you're a dog and you try to like destroy a house or something like that. It's kind of funny. So I logged back in after a long couple hours of spending time with my family, and I just kind of got my bearings for a little bit and then got back to it. And so finally, after a while, I got the pathway to get over to this area done, but there was one problem. There was a cave in the way of where I wanted to put the auto smelter, and I hadn't thought about that. So I actually decided to get rid of the cave, like entirely. And so I started to demo it, and yeah, that's pretty much all I did for like a long while. Finally, after a long time of mining, I had a replacement 1 durability pickaxe for the item frame. We'll just pretend that that was there before and that's the original one. And I'm never picking that pickaxe up again. And then, once I realized that my inventory was getting crammed, I decided to make a bunch of, backpacks. I think I wanted to do like 5, but I only had enough, wool to make 4. So I just made 4 backpacks, which that's actually pretty good. It's the equivalent of 4 shulker boxes. So yeah, I'd say it was pretty good. And then finally, after probably like 20 minutes of mining, I got the entire cave nice and flattened out for the auto smelter. Eventually, I started to get the resources that I needed for the auto smelter, and it wasn't that big, but it wasn't that much, but the amount of iron it needed. I mean, I was doing 5 furnaces, and there needed to be 3 hoppers. Sorry, not 3. Yeah, 3 hoppers per furnace. Here's just the sped up version of me making it. It was a bit expensive, and I didn't really have that much. But I'll just speed it up a bunch and let you guys watch. After I'd gotten the rails and stuff. Oh yeah, and I actually forgot about this, but I did go up into or go down into that cave below the base, but it was just to get iron, and it wasn't very eventful. I mean, I just grabbed the iron and then went back up, and that was it, I think.
And then the auto smelter was finally finished. Took me like 20 minutes to follow a 3-minute long tutorial. So that's fun. And so I finally went to sleep, and I woke up the next day nice and refreshed, ready to continue the 100 days. I suppose I should fix this, shouldn't I? It's been broken for a little while. Putting it off too long. It's kind of important because I need food. So yeah, I was kind of thinking about taking some like maybe like diarrhea or something, lining it on the inside as well, because the plants keep like falling into the water, and then I have to go and try and fish it out, but it like, you know, it takes a while, and then I have to jump back out onto that, and it breaks the dirt or whatever. So just kind of thinking about that, because while this is a challenge to make a good looking base, it also has to be functional in, you know, the best way possible. So, you know, just something to think about. So while the stone was smelting, I started to mine out the area around the lake to kind of make it look more sharp, I suppose. And I just kind of went with the flow, because I didn't really know what I was doing, but I was just trying to, you know, do something. Because if I'm just sitting there, just, you know, just staring at the auto smelter, willing the cooking process to hurry up, I'm just wasting time at that point.
realized that the auto smelters were out of fuel, and this was just the beginning. For the rest of this recording, I'm struggling with my coal supply, and I'm struggling with keeping my resources cooked, and just stuff like that throughout the rest of these episodes. So I'll have to take care of that, like get a bunch of charcoal or something, because I think I've cleared out like everything on surface level. So I finally started to get the floor situation figured out, and I decided that I wanted to make this this area right here a block lower, because I don't want to put the auto smelter's chests or hoppers in the ground in case I need to access them quickly. So I just decided to kind of make like stairs that lead down to the auto smelter. And then after a lot of fooling around, I just decided to make like a little cobblestone lining around the lake, I suppose. And it just kind of ended up looking like, you know, it was just cobblestone around a lake, but it still actually ended up looking pretty good. A nice difference between the usual diorite and stuff that I've been using, like the deep slate, the diorite, the andesite, stuff like that. And kind of just like for the rest of the couple minutes, I just kind of worked on getting the floor in, and you know, I just was kind of toying around, and then I found some coal, which was pretty cool. Because I hadn't seen coal in like so long, leading up to that point. So yeah, it was pretty cool. And then after I got a bunch of cobblestone into the smelter, I realized that I didn't have much cobblestone. I really started to grasp like how deep of a hole I was in when it came to my coal supplies. So I decided to go out and just kind of explore around the lit up areas of the base. I actually found some iron, which was really good because that auto smelter just like ate up all of my iron supply. So I mean, at this point, I might as well be at an iron deficit. Like, and not in the way that you think. And I was actually kind of contemplating going around into the unlit parts of the upper base just to like kind of try and see if I could find some more coal, but there was a lot of like zombies and stuff, so I just kind of played the safe game and just went back into my area, my base area, when the zombies just started to follow me. It just got really kind of annoying. It's been a very annoying adventure with the zombies. After that, I just kind of decided to tend to the base, and I finally got an idea of what I wanted to do with the walls inside of the auto smelter cave. I just decided to go with like some plain stone bricks, but you know, I was decided on stone bricks and then maybe adding some little details here and there, like making little chips in the wall out of stairs and stuff. But I also decided that in this room, because I was running low on iron and torches, or iron and coal, that I was going to use lava as a light source, because lava is a whole lot easier to replace than coal is. And then this was when I realized that the lava has to be a actual source above the dripstone for it to drip into the cauldron. I was very confused. I thought maybe it was like the andesite, maybe it was dripping because of the andesite. Before I soon realized it, and I quickly went to go grab another bucket of lava and got that fixed. I quickly got back to mining out the floor in the auto smelter area, having to deal with the supply issue of coal and such. But thankfully, I had enough to get some more smelting, so that was good. I still needed a little bit over a stack to get this done, so. Oh yeah, and I'm also running low on coal too, so if I use any more coal to make torches to then make a lantern, I'm gonna run out of coal as well. Oh, I forgot to turn it on. Oh no. Oh, it sucks. I'm out of that, so go see if I have any spare wood. I guess I can use. If only you could use cobblestone as a. If only you could use cobblestone as a fuel source. That'd be great. After putting the wood in the smelters as a fuel source, I decided to use the few stone that did get smelted as some of the walling. I'm actually pretty impressed, like, with the fact that I haven't died yet. I know I've said that before, and it doesn't seem like a big goal. It really doesn't. But playing this game is actually way harder than you'd think, because you know, I've never worked on my not dying skills, and when you've spent as long as I have playing Minecraft without, really focusing on that skill, you get too comfortable, basically. And you just, it's hard to kind of get into a role where you don't die over and over again. Mostly what I did was pretty much just mine everything out. There wasn't really anything interesting. I mean, I got the walls mined out. I cleared space for everything. The only really interesting thing that did happen, though, was I finally remembered the lighting issue. So I went and got a bucket of lava, and I finally actually managed to fill that up. And then I just spent the rest of my time mining out the walls to put in the stone bricks eventually. After coming back from the store, I decided to change the spruce tree saplings out for dark oak because I didn't know at the time why the spruce tree wasn't growing, but I was really running low on tree logs, so just decided to switch those out. Which now I know that spruce trees have to have so much dirt around them to grow. But I know that now. Good thing is that I know now. Then finally, after being away from my keyboard for 2 minutes and 36 seconds, I grew a tree and immediately went back to being AFK. Finally, after being AFK for a really long time, I decided to smelt all of the logs that I had just gotten from that tree to turn into charcoal, and then got back to mining out the wall. I mined this out for a really long time before finally starting to put the stone brick wall back in, right where I had just mined out. The charcoal finally finished smelting, and I finally put more stone into the auto smelter after a long time. I didn't really know what to do while the stone was smelting, so I just got these slots for the lava just like mined out while I was waiting for it to finish smelting. And that was pretty much all I did. And then at the end of that little area, I actually decided to make an awning where you could exit and enter this little part of the base. After all that, the stone bricks finally finished smelting, and I mined out the rest of the last lava port, and finally filled the rest of that wall in with stone bricks. And then I decided to make these little strip mining ports on the right hand side of every lava light, mainly for decoration, but also for iron mines. And then I filled in that little section of wall right outside of this part of the base with smooth andesite. After tending to my crops and getting a little bit more paper, I finally got to putting in, starting to put in the rest of the flooring in the auto smelter area. And then after I put the floor in, I finally managed to put in the second lava flow. This is starting to let me clear up a lot of torch issues. I went and got this tree and went and put the rest of that charcoal, or those logs in the auto smelter to be turned into At this point, I was out of iron completely, and I decided to go around to go around that corner and kind of try and get some iron until this happened. Now, this didn't even get me close to being killed, but this scared the crap out of me. But after seeing that there wasn't a whole lot of mobs in there, I just decided to take care of the skeleton and get all this iron that I saw. After getting killed by a couple of zombies and a creeper, I just decided to go back with the iron that I had collected, which was actually a pretty decent amount. 13 iron. It's not much, but it'll help me get by, since I'm completely out up until this point. After getting another tree and some more charcoal, I ended that specific recording right there to come back the next day. And I finally had a day counter. The day counter will make it much easier to edit, as before I've just been sitting here kind of like not listing off the days and stuff like that, but with the day counter I can now go day by day instead of having to just assume that this day is that day or something like that. And it is finally day 20. With these final couple of minutes that are day 20, I decided to make a little platform with cobblestone slabs to just kind of extend the base forward a little bit. It will kind of just be like a floor for this or that. I'll probably end up making a little like enchanting station or something on there. Maybe like a little house or something. Just this or that, just to extend it. And then I started getting shot at by a skeleton that came out of a cave. It was very annoying. I had to work around this a lot because I didn't, I couldn't afford to get hit by a skeleton and then fall off of the platform, and that'd probably kill me. And then it was day 21. If you have watched this far, please consider liking and subscribing. You can always change your mind later if you do not like my content. have a good day, and I'll see you for the next 10 days next episode.